Hello, my name is Kasper Matas. I'm 25 years old. I'm a PhD student here to talk to you about computer science. I'm from Tallinn, Estonia, as you can see from the screen, and let's see what this talk is about. So this talk is about who am I, briefly, my university life, computer science and why is it so awesome, and the career you can get from studying computer science. So if we look at what I wanted to do when I was about your age or even younger, definitely actually younger, I wanted to draw, but I was quite good at maths. So I like the creative aspect of it, but I like logic as well, and I really enjoyed things coming together, but I like to be creative and crazy. So I thought, let's draw some mathsy stuff then, like being an architect. But one thing which I also had, I really liked video games, so I played them quite a lot. That's kind of how I went into programming. So I had a choice to choose programming at year 10, and I really liked it, and that's how I eventually ended up doing my bachelor's in computer science at the University of Manchester. And then I also chose a degree with industrial experience. Did that at Mentor Graphics. I had internships at Accolade doing web development. At Mentor Graphics, I did some CAD design, computer-aided design, and I also did some internships at the University of Manchester. And now I'm doing a PhD in computer science also at Manchester. But what about my university life? I think university life is much nicer than earlier school years, because you're studying exactly something that you picked. Like you can, even if you like, let's say, if you like computer science but you don't really like the maths, you can choose other courses. Or you really like maths and you aren't that interested in like the business side of things, so you choose more maths courses. You're doing exactly what you want. But that's a little bit of a hard choice for some people, because many of you still don't know what you exactly want. I wasn't sure either. But even if you choose something slightly blindly, you still afterwards justify it to yourself that no, I chose this is something that I want. And you don't have to worry, because you're not stuck with your choice. You can still change things. So I think this is really exciting time. There's a great social aspect to university life as well. It's very easy to make new friends, because many of you will be away from home some first time in their life. No one knows everyone. Therefore, everyone is willing to be nice and mingle, and everyone is looking for new experiences to like see what university life is all about. And for me, I also had a chance to do something completely new. I learned a lot about myself. I found new hobbies, and there are thousands of societies and sports clubs in the university. So what I learned, I played badminton a little bit when I was very young, but in the university I picked it up again. Great, found new friends, and I did something completely new. I've never heard about a Chinese board game called Mahjong, and I learned how to play that and learn more about Chinese culture and stuff like that. Of course, football, I've always liked it, and I did play it in university as well, and countless other things. But let's talk more about computer science. So computer science is actually a lot more than you might actually think. You can see from this one that I wanted to be an artist, so why did I go to computer science? Well, in computer science you can do a lot of user experience design. You can do some graphics, you can do some computer-aided design stuff, design flow. You can do web development, and you can do web design. That's a lot of creative aspects to it. But there's more. There's of course the engineering part to it, where you actually try to build computer chips, or if you know the picture in the middle, there's Lego Mindstorm. There you can program a robot to follow a path or something like that, and you can build chips. And of course you can work in telecommunications and in manufacturing lines, and it's very interesting. But there's more. There's social aspects and business sides of it, and data science side of it, and statistics sides of it, and there's more. Like on the bottom side of the screen you can see like a system design, that you can be a system architect, or you can do a lot of management or project management, and there's a lot of soft skills needed in computer science. So all in all, it's not just only programming. In this screen you can see Scratch, which is like a usually for many people first experience into programming. You probably tried it before if you're interested in computer science. If not, don't worry. In the university, you don't have to be an excellent programmer before you join the university. You will be taught how to program well. Don't worry. But it's not only about programming. But let's quickly look into career. Of course, in career, there's further education, always possible. You can go to different areas. You can with masters. So for example, you do computer science, and let's say you just chose the basic computer science. Of course, you can choose computer science with maths, computer science with software engineering, and so forth. But in masters, you can completely change again. So even if you mess up your choice slightly with your bachelor's, you can choose a different one. So don't worry. And then you can go further. You can do a PhD. For example, if you do a master's in artificial intelligence, or and then you PhD in a completely different thing, hardware. So for me, I'm doing my PhD. During my PhD, I've done work with bleeding edge security and bleeding edge acceleration problems, and trying to use custom hardware, so make new computer chips to make some processes faster, especially in database management system or server data farming kind of processes. And then you can of course become an academic, and the perk of becoming an academic is you can be very flexible with the work, and you work with very lively students, and you will feel young forever. But you can also go of course to industry, and in industry you can be self-employed, you can go into a startup, or you can be a part of a corporation. So on the slide you can see a bunch of options where you can healthcare, Tesco, a normal shop you see every day, but there's a lot of computer science behind it. Of course, you can go scientific computer science with CERN, where they do accelerators. General Electric, a lot of electricity thing. You can of course go to auto industry with Jaguar JLR. You can do BT, which is the telecommunications, or Barclays banking, financing stuff, and all that. And that's just a brief small things in here in the UK which are possible. And of course, if you're self-employed, you can do whatever you want if you figure out the finance behind it, and maybe even game development. There's a lot of chances, a lot of different options nowadays. And what kind of lifestyle will you get to? Well, with computer science, it's good. You don't actually have to be physically present in many places in most times. Of course, computer science is very varied. Maybe you'd go into some biotechnology and you need to be in some lab. Who knows? But basically, you can do your work anywhere from the world, as long as you have internet. You don't even really need the internet. To have internet all the time, just to send out your updates, and to be able to communicate with your teammates, or if you're working alone, sell your products. And if you're working in the office, you have an organized lifestyle, easy to collaborate, you get new acquaintances, all good stuff. So what kind of skills do you get from computer science? Well, you can kind of think of these of yourself, but here's like a brief list of them. So you can be analytical, social, or technical skills, problem solving, or in social skills. Of course, computer science is no longer a solo project. You need a lot of team projects, and there's a lot of organizing, and you will learn that in the university. Don't worry, you'll get a lot of cool chances to meet new people and create new ideas, like hackathons, and build some sort of business ideas and so forth. And there's of course technical skills, so where you outside of programming, whereas writing and programming languages and tools. For me, the most important is you need to learn how to stand out. So a lot of computer scientists out there, or different people with higher education degrees. The best idea is to volunteer. Make it kind of as your hobby. If you're in your hobby, you volunteer, you find more experience, you get more acquaintances, networking, and so forth. And there you have the inspirations to do your own projects. And once you do your own projects, that gives you enough experience to go into internships, and then you become a superstar. So it is very worth it to chase your dreams, because I think in computer science there's loads of money as well. Tech jobs pay well, but most importantly, if you find it to be your passion, definitely try and chase it. But to find your passion, it doesn't just fall into you. You need to go out and search for it. So I definitely recommend you to go for computer science or higher education in general. It's worth it. Trust me, I've been enjoying my journey a lot, and I hope your journey will be beautiful as well. Thank you for listening.